I refused to share a room with a 1-year-old, twin 2-year-olds, and a 4-year-old. My aunt called 3 weeks before the long weekend asking if I wanted to come to the ranch. She said bring a friend. Then she asked if my dad still had that ski boat and got weirdly excited when I said yes. I brought my friend Zoe, 4-hour drive with the boat hitched to my truck. We pulled up Friday around 3 and heard kids screaming before we even opened the doors. My cousin Amy was there with her husband Jeff and their 4 kids. The 1-year-old was launching food from a high chair. The twin 2-year-olds were full speed crashing into furniture. The 4-year-old was losing his mind over a toy truck. Jeff sat scrolling TikTok, ignoring all of it. My aunt rushed through the house tour. 4 bedrooms downstairs, then this huge bunk room upstairs with like 8 beds. She said me and Zoe were sleeping up there. Perfect, I thought. Then Amy dragged all 4 kids upstairs with suitcases and stuffed animals. My aunt got this look and was like, oh yeah, the kids are sleeping there too. I deadass laughed because I thought she was joking. She wasn't joking. I said we'd just crash on the couches. She looked uncomfortable but said okay. Dinner was absolute chaos. The twins threw spaghetti at each other. The 1-year-old screamed the whole time. The 4-year-old refused to eat. Amy and Jeff kept jumping up to handle meltdowns while the rest of us pretended everything was fine. After dinner, I grabbed our stuff and set up on the living room couches. Amy came down holding the 1-year-old and saw our blankets. She got this tight smile and said someone needs to sleep in the bunk room with the kids because they wake up constantly. I said that sounds like a parent thing. She said her and Jeff haven't slept in 2 years. I said I'm sorry, but that's not on me. Jeff came down and said since I brought a friend, the least I could do was help out. I said bro, nobody told me this was a babysitting trip. Amy's face changed. She said if I wasn't gonna be a team player, then maybe I should just leave. I started packing our bags. Her eyes went huge. She was like, wait, what are you doing? I said you literally just told me to leave. Jeff's face dropped and he was like, okay, but you're taking the boat. I said yeah, it's my dad's boat. He said they'd been planning all week to use it. Amy started actually crying, real tears running down her face. She said I was ruining everything and they never get breaks and they drove 4 hours for this. I felt bad for like 2 seconds. Then both twins started screaming upstairs at the same time. My aunt came running out looking panicked. She said let's all compromise. I asked what the compromise was. She had nothing. Jeff got right in my face. He said I was being a spoiled brat and holding the boat hostage. I said I'm not holding anything hostage. I'm leaving because you tried to trick me into free childcare. Amy was full on sobbing now. She said I had no idea how hard this was. I said then why'd you have 4 kids in 3 years? Zoe grabbed my arm like oh shit you did not. I walked outside and started hooking the boat back up. Jeff followed me saying I was being insane. Amy came out still crying begging me not to take the boat. I said it's my dad's boat so it goes where I go. She completely lost it. Started screaming that I was a selfish bitch who didn't care about family. My aunt just stood on the porch doing nothing. I finished hitching everything up and got in my truck. Zoe practically dove into the passenger seat. We got maybe 2 miles down the road when my phone started blowing up. Amy was calling back to back. Then the texts started coming in. Huge paragraphs about how I just ruined their sunset dinner cruise reservation Saturday night. $300, adults only, 4 hours long. That's why they needed me in the bunk room overnight to make sure I could handle watching the kids. Jeff started texting too saying they already paid the non-refundable deposit. Said I destroyed their 1 romantic evening in 2 years. Zoe was reading them out loud while I drove and she was like, oh my god, they literally set this whole thing up. I said yeah, no kidding.